god, I'm finally back to do an actual reading vlog for once in my life. I've only made 5 reading vlogs in my channel, and I mean specific reading vlogs where it's about one book. Every other time has been like readathon vlogs, so I do read during the time, but I still feel like it's different. But I'm very excited today because the book that I'm going to be reading in this video is Angelika Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. So Sally Thorne is an author that's going to Rare, and I actually thought of the idea that it would be fun, because Sasha's also going to read this book, for us to annotate them and then give each other the annotated copies. So she would take my copy, I would take her copy, and I just thought it would be fun to vlog the experience of annotating a book, but then also reading the annotations that she wrote in as well, just to see how we both felt about it. Because aren't annotations basically reactions to things that happen and things that you think are important? Because like, I've never annotated a book, and I don't think I'm ever going to become that person, because I've never tabbed a book, I've never written in a book, I've never done anything. I just read the book and forget everything about it, and that's just the way I do it. But basically our main character here is Victor Frankenstein's younger sister, and she's a very timid person, which I already relate to, and she's run out of suitors. There's no one else out there for her, so she thought if she creates the perfect man, she doesn't need no suitors. And the man that wakes up, his name is Will, is not the perfect man, but obviously as the book goes along he will become the perfect man for her. But I just think it's going to be really cute, and it's just the first time Sally Thorne has done a YA novel, and I think it's going to be really interesting to read. And I'm for sure taking the writing in the book method, because it's going to be easier so that stuff doesn't come out of the book. But I've picked this strawberry pink highlighter because pink for romance, and I feel like it's going to be the less annoying color, because I have like all the colors, but I just feel like it will be the nicest one, but it won't be too dark or too light. And then I'm just going to use my Christmas bonus from work, which is Merry Christmas Team Maitland. So these pens are actually really good, and I just want something that's not going to run. This is not right to me, so this is a completely new experience, and it's going to be interesting too, because I feel like every time I read this book I'm going to be like, oh my god, so I'm probably only going to read this at home or in certain times when I've got the time to sit there and write things in it. And I will try and vlog certain bits of me annotating it, but then also I'll probably more talk about my feelings. But I'm excited for this video, and I hope that I do okay and I don't spell things wrong. That's my main concern, is the spelling. But I'm excited. I really am trying to figure out what's the best way to film this, because I assume my reading journal videos would be coming out at this point, and I've had a lot of fun doing them, but I've either got a tripod that's too close or a tripod that's too far away. I haven't read anything, but there's definitely something that I want to add to this, because obviously this is the page that gets signed, right, because it's got Sally Thorne. But what I thought, which would be fun, wherever it is, oh look, there's a little map. Oh my god, why is there a spider web on this house? That's a concern. And there's little piglets. Oh my god. There's a lot going on, like Blackthorn. It's a bit freaking the dark artifice is going on here. I've got to add a little something to make this the touch that it needs. I was trying to make it more artsy, but I don't think I can. Oh, I might have fucked it. I'm trying to add some X's here, but it's not really... At least she's gonna see the book before this video is seen. Full ready to make this happen, and hopefully it has not leaked through, but my concern is that when I highlight it might come through on the book. But you know what, it's gonna be the experience of making this happen. So I've gotten up to page 34 of this book, and it is not too bad. It's very corny, but it's very much also not a YA novel. I thought this was a YA book, but the main character is 24 years old, and they're already talking about like a lot of sexual things, about certain parts of the man that they wanted to make bigger. So there is definitely an adultness to this book, but I don't really get the same vibes that I did for the Hating Game. Like, the writing feels completely different, and I feel like the story is going to get better, but I've also been finding it very weird annotating and highlighting in the book. Like, the first time that I had to write it, and I was like, this is weird. But I've done a little bit of annotating and just kind of like highlighting bits that I like, and then writing commentary for Sasha, so that when she goes through this she'll be like, yeah, okay, I kind of get how you're feeling. I've got like a couple of things that I've kind of highlighted. Yeah, like I've done like passages and stuff, just some things that have like stuck out to me. I don't know how much I should be doing in here, but like I'm just trying to add stuff that sounds good, hopefully. Okay, it's been a while since I've actually read any of this book. I've only got like 8 days to finish 2 books and I'm only up to page 58, so I'm a bit stressed because like with Magical Readathon starting next month, I've got to put these books down, but I really want to get this finished so that I can actually give it to Sasha and have it done. Like, there is a lot of rare stress for me because before it was 7 months away and now it's less than a month away and I'm like, what the fuck have I read? Nothing. But I am still annotating and I'm trying to be like, I guess artsier, like by marking off lines that I just like, but it's like, how do I annotate what's important? Is it just things that give me the vibes? Is it really good lines? I've been writing commentary in it slightly as well, but not much because just like highlighting the book feels weird enough that like writing it also feels weird, but it's an experience. And the main thing that is making this book hard is I don't like the main character. Angelika is just not great. Her only quality is being obsessed with wanting to sleep with Will, and that's the name that he's given himself now, but she is like viscerally obsessed with wanting to have sex with him, and they also keep mentioning his penis as many chances as they can, and it's like, it's enough. She is giving very much like she's gonna assault him vibes if she could, because he keeps telling her he is not interested, even though his body is reacting to her in himself. He does not want her, yet she keeps wanting something to happen, and it's like, yuck. That I'm not gonna like this relationship because I feel like she's just making him, like she's going to wear him down until he just accepts it, but it does not feel like it's going to be love. But she's completely obsessed with him. Like, I don't think I'm gonna ship this relationship because like he needs to get out and be safe because she's kind of awful. Oh my god, it's been an age since I've actually talked for this vlog. I just gave up straight away because like I'm up to page 100. My camera's gonna die because I was filming my Daisy Jones videos and I did not think about the fact that my battery is about to die. I'm up to page 100 and I liking it a bit more. Angelika is still very annoying and she's very obsessive about the opposite sex, which is fine, she's allowed, but it's like obsessive. And Will is kind of liking her a bit more, but I like the way that it's like his body is attracted to her but his mind is not, because she's fucking annoying. So I don't like the way that she's just like slowly breaking down his defenses to like him thinking he wants her. Yeah, it died. So basically she is full of red flags. Will, get away while you can. But I've just been having an eventful time. I went to Rocky Horror, which was really fun. And I'm very stressed about the fact that I'm gonna get fucking nothing read for Rare. And I need moral support for this situation, but this vlog will not come out until after Rare, so you can see me panicked. But then no, I had a good time. But I had to go vote today, and that was fun because I'm a very confused person, so I need my mum to help me. But I've done it, which is a good thing. And you can probably hear the water running because I'm gonna have a bath, which I'm very excited about, and I just need some self-care, you know, because like I haven't had a bath for ages because of my tattoo, and I think it's alright now. It's been over a month, so I feel like I can submerge it and it's not gonna come off my fucking arm, so that's good. But also, Be Real hasn't gone off, and every time I have a bath, without a doubt, it fucking goes off. So everyone who's friends on my Be Real, if you see me in the bath yet again, I'm sorry. Oh my god, I feel like this vlog is just not going anywhere because I just have not been filming, and also I am sick at the moment, so my voice is gonna sound awful. I'm up to page 188 and this book really doesn't have like any plot except her just frothing after Will, but now there's like this courtship battle between Will and Christopher, because even though she prefers Will and wants to marry Will, Will's like, no, I'm not gonna marry you, that's never gonna happen, because he doesn't know who he is. But then Christopher's like, I'm willing to marry you right now, but she's like, I don't like you, even though she's always fallen in love with men at first sight very quickly, but she's just attached to Will. And I hope that Christopher ends up with Clara, who's this other chick whose husband died, because I thought she was married to Will and she has a kid with red hair. Then I'm also just like, are they related to them because they have red hair? And I definitely think this is gonna be like a 3-star read because it's just not very good, but it is kind of sweet. So there's this whole scene where like Victor is marrying a girl named Lizzie, but he's basically getting Lizzie to replace Angelika's role in the sciencey stuff, and that cut deep because being left out and someone coming into your spot hurts, you know. I definitely have annotations happening. Not much. Like, I mean, I know sometimes I see videos of people doing stuff and they have like a lot more. I'm just kind of highlighting things that I like. And then Sasha will read this and be like, why the fuck did she like this? What did I write here? Seems perfect, but I call bullshit. That is my perfectly written note. But look at that, I can't even write bullshit properly. That's just awful. But I could have put more effort into this. I hope this is effort enough, because I've never annotated. How far am I meant to go? Sadly, I have to go to work now and I fucking do not want to. But they would not let me have the day off. I mean, I had a day off yesterday, but it shits me. I got up to page 220, so I've read nearly 100 pages today. Angelika's just unlikable. I just don't like her. She's making it really hard. And she's like, oh my god, what am I meant to do? I have like 2 suitors. My life's awful. And it's like, she's definitely getting better in her like way of like not treating people like shit and thinking she's so important and spending all the money. Like, she's starting to have empathy. But like, Will also shits me though with his whole like, I'm in love with you but I never want to date you, but then I really want you and then I don't. Like, he's very much conflicting with his opinions on her, and that shits me. The whole experience of this book is actually shitting me, and I'm really hoping that Sasha either feels the same or actually enjoys it. But I'm getting so close. I think I have like 130 pages to go, and I really want to finish it this month, and I only have 3 more days to do that. So I have no idea if I will. It is now Wednesday and I'm up to page 220, and my shift at work yesterday was awful. I actually felt so much worse once I actually got to work, because in customer service you have to talk to people, so my voice was just like, it was not sounding correct at all, and I felt awful. And then my boss actually ended up feeling bad about it, and it's just like, well, you wouldn't let me stay at home when I knew I didn't feel good, so you should. But they let me have the day off today, so I would have been at work. I honestly got out of bed at the time that I actually would have started work, at 1, so that's not good. But I have a dilemma because I have to finish this book in 3 days, but I just feel awful. I feel like I can read. It's just not good vlog content when my voice sounds like this. That is the main issue. But I also have to finish listening to my audiobook because it's for my Magical Readathon challenge. And I've got 55 minutes, but I'm not actually going to drive anywhere until Friday, which is the last day of the month. So then I still have 30 minutes left of it to go. So I need to like, either just physically read the rest of the 3rd Bonds That Tires book, or just, because I'm so used to hearing the voices now that like reading it physically, I'm just like, my brain doesn't sound right when I read it. Does anyone get that? Once you start listening to a series in audiobook, you just do not want to read the physical books because it just doesn't sound right. But I read 98 pages yesterday. Hopefully I can get something done. I'm hoping that today and tomorrow I can get this book finished. And because I'm in Order of the Crescent, we won last time, so we get to start 3 days early for the readathon, which technically would be today. But if I finish by Friday, I will probably start reading one of my books on Friday. It's technically in the limits of starting 3 days early, so good for me. Okay, this is for sure going to be my favourite part of Annotating. It was also very dark because I have not vlogged for like 10 hours, but here is one of the creatures of Victor, and he's here like, let her go, you leave, she's afraid of you, and I'm like, I love him. And then literally 2 pages later, that was you stroking hair, and I'm like, I take it back. I have the ick. He's gross. And then Will's here being like, Angelika's mine. You won't take her. And I'm just like, just make up your fucking mind. And then he's got Mary. Well, shit, you will not understand any of this, but this is my favorite annotation so far because of the way that I was just like, oh, I love this character. And then I'm like, oh, this character sucks. I'm still sick, but like today my voice has only just started to come back, which is good, because I can't talk to people when my voice is really bad. But I also ended up going home from work today as well. So a grand total of 8 hours were worked this week because I had 2 full days off, and then I only worked 5 hours one day and 3 hours today. So no one's asked me for a doctor's certificate, but I'm also concerned because I just don't go to the doctor, so I don't have one. So hopefully I just get paid for my hours. It is the 31st of March and I still have not finished this book. I thought I would have had it done yesterday, but I just felt so sick yesterday. Like, I got 40 pages read yesterday and I have about 45 to go, so I'm going to attempt to read this now.
but I also want to go to bed because it's 10:30. But we've discovered who he is. He's a priest. Which I don't fucking know what level of story this adds to it, because he's been against having sex with her and loving her. And it's like, oh, he's a bit weird, he must be married. But no, it's his fucking religion. This is a weird cop-out because, like, he's invested in God. That is why he does not like women. I just, like, what? And I don't know, this book has just been so weird because there's not actually a plot besides Angelika frothing after Will. Like, there hasn't been anything big really. Like, I know that there's the other monster, Adam. But even he hasn't been that big of a dilemma. Like, there hasn't really been anything that's like a big thing. Except the fact that Will may die. And she's got the other dude courting her, even though there's a perfectly good other good lady that's going to be with him, or her brother not wanting to marry someone. But I feel like all the plot points are so trivial that it's like there's nothing actually substantial happening in this book. So, like, I'm glad I've read it, but it's also just like not my favorite. Like, I definitely think The Hating Game was a one-hit wonder. And like, when I actually finish it, I will do like a flip through of all my little annotations, and I think I might comment on it because this is meant to be an annotating vlog, but I just was not going to actually show annotating because I don't know what I'm doing, so don't judge me. Okay, so it is totally the next night and I have not actually filmed, and I've procrastinated all day because the sickness has taken over. I don't really know how much to show because I obviously can't show you the whole book. Where's my favorite Bitsy? I still love that so much, but like, I was just trying to put things in because I really like, there's a lot of the time where there's just like pages of me like not actually doing anything, so it's probably better to do this. Like, there's times when I did passages of things, I'm just like, she just different. You're gonna love my commentary because some of it is probably hilarious, some of it's not. Like, is it just meant to be lines that I appreciated? Because like, I didn't really write on it unless I was like highlighting a line. But as you can see, like, there's lots of spaces where I don't actually do anything, like more lines that felt... Oh, I feel like around here I did like a lot, because there's like a lot of lines here. Oh, I think this is me talking about someone that I think he is. Oh yeah, this is when I had this idea that I thought Will was the caretaker of their house, but it was not. I thought it was a good concept, but it really wasn't the right one. Oh, this was when I was really mad that basically Lizzie was taking over everything that Angelika does. I was like, bitch. I think like I didn't do as much on the second half. I might have just given up. I feel like Sasha's going to actually put probably a lot more effort into this than I did. I was really glad that my pink highlighter like didn't stain through too badly. Like, it didn't really stain through at all. It was just a little bit. But yes, this was the bit that I mentioned the other night, which hopefully made sense, but it probably didn't. Oh, look, I did a bit of writing over here. Oh, this is when I finally was just like, oh my fucking god, I know who he is. Father Arlo Northcott. And I was highlighting everything that I was just like, this has to be him. And then I did a bit more. Oh yeah, no sex for you, boy. That is honestly, the fact that he's a fucking priest just adds to it, doesn't it? Oh, I think this is actually the sex scene, so we're probably just like gonna skip over that because don't want to have that content. Oh yeah, this bit where I'm just like, they're talking about this dude named Jacob, and it's just like, who the fuck is that? I don't remember a character called Jacob, so Sasha, if you remember, maybe message me later so I know. And then Mary Shelley is actually a character. I thought that was so cool. Actually really adds to it. And then yeah, that's all of my annotations. I hope they suffice. And now, honestly, I really have an inkling to do this to the Court of Thorns of Roses trilogy because I want to highlight the bits that I love and read the series again. Is that a good idea or not, though? Because it means highlighting and writing in the book, but also it would definitely make my editions more unique to me and special. This is us giving each other our copies of Angelika Frankenstein because we both got to reading them, we both annotated, and I gave it 3 stars. You gave it...
I'm giving it 4 stars.
4.
So I enjoyed it, but I just wasn't a big fan of the way that Angelika was just like so forceful with Will. And I'm like, he doesn't like you. And I just felt like it was like non-consenty in some ways, where it was just like she was a bit obsessed with him. But I also feel like the plot was just like not very big. But as their romance did start to happen, I was like, oh, I'm like invested, but then I'm like still cringy about the start. But
yeah,
overall, I really like the setting and the plot and the story, but just a very average read for me.
I'm really glad that you chose this book for us to buddy read though. Like, it was such a fun time.
Yeah.
And yeah, because I never thought I would like a Sally Thorne, but here we are.
You did, yes. Which makes it very exciting. But yes, so we will swap.
There we go.
And now we can get these signed for us. And see, we both got our Abby's version.
And Sasha's version.
Woo! This is totally the outfit of trying to get shit filmed that I started filming months and months ago. So, this vlog, if you've watched this far, has been a long time coming because I probably started filming this at the end of March, early April, because Sally Thorne was an author at Rare and I really wanted to read the book, and I decided to do a reading vlog because obviously this is the reading vlog of annotating my first book and annotating with Sasha, and this is her copy. And this is me finally coming to you to actually look at what she annotated. So I am sorry for being so slack in a video that I didn't need to film, but I wanted to. So I'm gonna like do a little speed through, you know, a little quick thing, not quick for me, but quick for you, of me just like going through it. And I'm excited for one, to see how she felt and how her annotation style looks, and to also nearly be done with this video. Just got to edit. And obviously the signature. So Abby, love your special copy from Sally Thorne, because we told her about this. Didn't tell her that I hated it, but I told her about the thing that we did. Right off the bat, it's Blackthorn Manor, and then it's Like Lady Midnight. I had the exact same thought too. Okay, literally, how cute is Sasha? Because she read the rest of it on the plane ride to Melbourne because she was a bit later in reading it, but she got there in the end. But like, look at her little drawing! Ah! Again, she's just so cute drawing the little hearts and just ah. Okay, Sasha, I love all of your annotations, and you definitely have such a cute little style for it, and I love the way that you use like different colors and like the highlighting. I think I was actually highlighting, because it's been so long now, like I think I was using a pink marker to actually go through it, but like underlining is such a better idea, because I really feel like I want to annotate all of my ACOTAR books and like reread them and have a fun way with that, because like obviously they're my copies so I can damage them, like, you know, if I want to, but I feel like they'd feel more personalized to me, and like every time I read I could just add more notes to it and it would just be like such a cool thing to do. But like reading your annotations, it was so much fun, and clearly from what I've read and from what I know from Sasha, she liked this book a lot more than I did. But I'm so glad that we got to experience this, and it was the perfect time and set up for Rare. And I definitely think if we end up going to Rare 2025, which is now possibly going to be in Melbourne again, or it's going to be in Brisbane, we don't actually know. They've definitely added Australia to the list of 2025 in the actual time of all the other Rares that are happening around the world. So it does seem positive that we're going to get another one. We need to do this every time because it just really adds this extra element to what's already a fun time. But this will be all for the vlog. I really did enjoy the whole experience of it. My first time annotating a book. I think I did pretty good. Just sad that the book wasn't the best thing that I've ever read, which would have been quite nice. But anyway, I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it to the end, send me like a needle and thread, or like some kind of sewing thing, because it's Frankenstein. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!